Hello YouTube, welcome back to Reading Nightmares, my first video. We shall be reacting to Don't Turn Around. Don't forget to like and subscribe their content because it's the reason I can make my content. First video we shall be reacting to today is It's Dada, Creepypasta. Let's see what we can get into. Don't forget, it's Don't Turn Around.
It's Dada. Jennifer was excited. It was the first day of daycare for her 2-year-old. She loved her baby so much, but it could only take being a marathon mom so long. 10 minutes before opening, she rounded the corner to the daycare and noticed a long line of mostly moms already bargaining for position. It was this daycare's first day in business, and Jennifer had scored a killer deal for the first 6 months there. On approach, she stopped, curious at a video booth next to an abandoned store. A large sign in Sharpie drew her in closer. Watch our kids video for 7 minutes for $20.
I'll do it.
A smiling mom and toddler walked out, snatching up a crisp $20 bill. Since Jennifer had time to kill, she entered. An animated video started. It was of a yellow bunny. Every time the yellow bunny appeared on the screen, a jingle rang out. It's Dada! It instantly brought a smile to both Jennifer and her 2-year-old. Together they watched the video. It's Dada came on every time the rabbit reappeared. It's Dada. While it was quite repetitive, her 2-year-old really enjoyed it. They had a lot of fun. At the end, a $20 bill popped out of the machine.
That is weird, but
She
okay.
walked to the line and told other waiting moms about it. Most of them had already done it, but a few hadn't and eagerly hurried over. Jennifer checked in. Her infant cried and cried when she left, but the daycare worker kindly assured her that all would be well. Across the street, a dark figure in a decrepit black van watched mom after mom leave.
Sign number 1.
He pulled the van forward.
Sign number 2.
Bald, with a top hat and a black cloak, he swiftly took out a screwdriver and collapsed the video booth.
That's
He
impressive.
folded it down into a few boxes and loaded them into the van. Then, his eyes turned to the daycare. Years ago, he was a magician known as Magi. Magi approached the daycare and took out a yellow stuffed animal bunny.
Creeper number 1. Damn.
He brazenly walked through the chaos of baby chicken
How?
and right into the 2-year-old's room.
How? Where's security? Seriously.
He held the bunny to his chest and waited. Jennifer's 2-year-old saw the bunny and yelled out. He smiled at the daycare worker, who didn't know anyone's name at this stage or anyone's parents.
How?
And with a quick scoop and utter confidence, with a dash of, "We'll be back in a moment," she forgot to say goodbye to Grandma. He left, leading the infant towards the van. It wasn't until afternoon pickup that the horrific event unfolded. Unfortunately, Magi was long gone as he worked on his new magic trick, the vanishing 2-year-old, who was never seen again.
There it is. Don't turn around. Just get some like and subscribe to his or her channel. And continue supporting them. That's just creepy. That is just straight creepy. And way too true for anybody else to deny that that could actually work. Okay.
The real Scream.
Shut up. Okay. Welcome back, YouTube, to our second video, the real Scream Queen Creepypasta by Don't Turn Around. This is Reading Nightmares. This is provided to us by Don't Turn Around. Don't forget to like and subscribe their channel. A good channel. Now, let's see what this is all about. I think I might get traumatized. Let's see what's about to happen.
The real Scream Queen.
Yes, question yes. Okay, back up. Okay.
Todd finally found a place in Los Angeles he could afford. It was an old rundown building on the edge of a park, 10 stories high, without an elevator.
Nope.
But he was up to the challenge, and going up and down those 10 stories would keep him in shape.
It would.
Move-in day was horrific. He hadn't really considered how to get his stuff up there. But with a lot of friends and multiple shifts with a dash of energy drink, anything is possible. Wiped out, he sprawled on his couch, checking out the magnificent view. He'd finally had the guts to come to Hollywood to go after his acting dream, and he couldn't have been happier.
Good luck.
Well, a girlfriend would be nice, but maybe one day. Todd felt stiff and worn out. It was late and his eyes closed. When an ear-shattering scream jolted him awake.
Jeez.
He rushed to his feet,
Okay.
out his door towards the opposite apartment.
Okay, Superman, Jesus.
Another scream came from within. Without much thought, he banged on the door. He backed up, preparing to barrel it down with his shoulder. As his momentum propelled him forward, the door opened. He caught himself quickly, taking in a beautiful young blonde.
Hey.
She whispered cutely. "You okay?" He threw back, taken by her calm.
It was a spider.
Todd stepped back relieved.
I just killed it.
What type of spider?
A golden orb.
Huh? He knew that spider. Out of the hundreds of species of spiders he didn't know, she picked pretty much the only one he did. An Australian spider he had met on vacation a few months back.
Okay, that's weird, but okay.
Have golden orbs in California? She shook her head.
Nah, it's for a movie.
Todd was confused. Picking up on it, she smiled and motioned him in. Inside was a microphone stand, surrounded by egg cartons. On a large TV screen was a golden orb spider. Todd could tell it was some kind of recording studio setup, and by judging the wall of awards, he knew she was great at whatever she did. What's it for?
I specialize in screaming.
Weird, but okay. Job's a
Screaming?
job.
For film, TV, radio. If people need a scream, they come to me. Tonight, I'm in Australia. Tomorrow night, I get to run from aliens.
She could tell he was genuinely interested, so she gave him the rundown.
Every scream has a nuance. Every scream has to fit just right, or it won't feel real.
Art is
That
art.
night they talked into the early hours of the morning. He was drawn to her every word. And when it came time to say goodnight, he left reluctantly. He woke up at 2 in the afternoon. He had slept really well and wanted to see her again right away, but didn't want to come off like a stalker. So he ran down the stairs and went for a long jog. As he walked along the hallway to his place, she peeked out of her door. She had a huge assignment, was going to be busy for the entire week, but hoped they can get together when it was done. He admired her dedication, and it made him like her even more. That week, he went about his life outside of the building, but every night, after climbing up those 10 stories and catching his breath, he sat in his room listening to her scream. He began to really understand those nuances.
I'd have to move out,
On
man.
Saturday night, Todd's
I
friends
couldn't
came
sleep.
over. As they sat there, her screaming started again. His friends were noticeably alarmed. As they rushed to their feet, Todd couldn't help but to chuckle. After stopping them, he told them all about her, that she was a scream queen. They could tell how keen on her he was. With a finger to his lips, he asked for silence. She screamed again. That, he said, is her running from a vicious killer. And that is her desperately calling for help.
That's disturbing, dude.
And that is her last breath, knowing help isn't coming. Todd smiled, confident he knew her nuances.
Bruh. Okay.
His friends left in the early hours of the morning and he crashed. Banging jolted him awake.
Police.
Todd, dreary, opened his door. 2 police officers stood
Yep.
there. Behind them, Todd saw others in the apartment across the hall analyzing streaks of blood.
Sir, do you know your neighbor?
He nodded.
Did you hear her screaming last night?
He nodded again.
And you didn't think to call anyone?
Yeah, that'll get you in trouble.
He later found out she died viciously.
Oh, jeez.
She had been chased to her door where she desperately cried for help. If only Todd had realized. Todd sat alone in his apartment, numb. There was only one thing he wanted to do now. Scream.
Okay. That was Don't Turn Around, the real Scream Queen. Jesus. Oh, this is gonna give me nightmares, but that's what I signed up for. Okay. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe to Don't Turn Around. Also, try your best to not forget to subscribe and like to my channel, Reading Nightmares, where we shall be reacting to more scary videos from as many scary people who create scary creepypastas, videos, and text message based videos, as many as we can find. And if you feel like you can't watch something by yourself, be sure to write it down in the comments. We'll find it and we'll watch it together. Okay then, thank you for joining me. I'll see you again next time.